Airfares rose sharply, but that was offset by a fall in the cost of petrol, hotels, and eating out. Now, this week represents a big moment for Sri Lanka. For decades, politics in the country have been dominated by one family, the Rajapaksas, but many blame this political dynasty for the economy's collapse in 2022 and see it as a result of decades of financial mismanagement. Saturday's presidential elections are the first since mass protests forced the country's leader out of office. People are now hopeful this could be the beginning of a new era. Our South Asia correspondent Samira Hussain is in the capital, Colombo. Samira.
Yeah, look, there are a record 38 candidates that are running for president, and they're all vying for attention. And I have a guest with me, Sanjana Hatatue, and he is a disinformation expert. And I want to ask you, just how important is social media in these elections?
It's really important. Arguably, after 2022's Aragalaya, there's a broader population that gets its political information off social media. And there are upwards of 700,000 first-time voters that the Election Commission says are going to vote for the first time at the presidential elections a couple of days hence. And they get all their political information off social media. So as opposed to any other election and any other presidential election in the history of Sri Lanka, online content and social media plays an integral role in the campaigning and the elections as well.
Now, you were also mentioning that a lot of these people aren't going to even make their ways to any of these campaign events, making social media all that much more important. I'm wondering what kinds of trends that you have been seeing when it comes to what the candidates, for example, are putting out on social media.
Well, all of them are very active on social media. A lot of them have branded campaign strategies, branded content linked to a political party, a coalition, or the particular individual. There's a lot of content, though, that isn't branded. So when you talk about disinformation, there is disinformation. It's reported to the social media platforms by the Elections Commission and entities working with the Elections Commission. But there's a whole lot of content that is slightly more insidious, that promotes specific policies and parties and candidates, but isn't branded as such. So we are seeing a lot of activity that amplifies certain candidates and also attacks them in insidious forms, but also as official campaign propaganda as well. Social media is extremely active and the campaigns are quite sophisticated.
And how successful are they?
Well, it's debatable, right? I mean, the exercise of franchise is sought to be influenced by these campaigns. So it is really an open question as to whether on the 21st people are going to be swayed by what's online. Having said that, there is a lot of conversation around the issues, the parties, the candidates, both for and against particular candidates. They are projected and perceived and framed in certain narratives that are promoted over social media. And these are in the hundreds of thousands, right? I mean, it's not some marginal thing. It's center to the arguments and the debates that form the basis of this electoral campaign. And as a consequence of that, you can say that it's going to have a significant impact on how people exercise their franchise and what people think of the candidates as well.
Well, this is really important information, just showing just how important social media is going to be on these elections that are going to be held on Saturday, the 21st. There are a record number of candidates in that election, all vying for space on social media. That's back to you.
All right, thanks for that, Samira. And there is a long piece, a long read by Samira Hussain on our BBC News website with plenty more context and background for you.